Welcome to Fewer Things Better. This is the place for all of us who are big on goals and short on time. Together, we'll explore smart, simple ideas on how to retrain your brain and unlock your life. I'm your host, Kristin Graham. Let's get started. Over the last few weeks, I've found myself in conversations with several different people. And while each one is sharing a version of their own life, I started to see a common theme running through all of it. And it's that everyone seems to be carrying a lot right now. Different stories, different stressors, different versions of I'm fine, even when the truth was sitting a little further away from that answer. And it reminded me of something simple but significant. We never really know what someone else is navigating. Most of the time, we are only seeing the quick and polished parts, the automatic responses, or the curated posts and the crop photos. Even in everyday conversations, we all seem to fall into reactive patterns. How are you? I'm fine. We are conditioned to be composed, even when life feels anything but. And this time of year tends to magnify that. The pace picks up, our calendars get loud, our to-do lists get louder. And somewhere inside all of that motion, one of the places where we stop checking in is with ourselves. Because whether it's our own stuff, and we have plenty, or what we are helping carry for others, heavy seems to arrive really quickly. And lightness takes its time. The bottom line on top of this episode is that if we want the weeks ahead to feel different, our strategy has to start before the calendar does. Neuroscience shows us why this matters. The brain is wired for scanning and anticipating. It processes information and potential threats faster than potential comforts. Stress signals are super easy to spot, and support actions take longer to even register. And then there are the incomplete tasks, the unmade decisions, the ongoing lifiness that is always running around in the background of our brains. Psychologists call this cognitive residue. It's the mental clutter that builds up when we carry things from day to day. It's part of what leads to decision fatigue, or emotional friction, and that feeling of being behind even when you're running as fast as you can. We want things to get better. We do. Yet sometimes it feels like that hamster wheel is just stuck on go. But you see, overwhelm, it's not a personality trait. You're not destined to always feel it. At the same time, hope is not a strategy. If we want more lightness, we have to intentionally create room for it to show up. So today, I want to offer a clear and tactical plan. 4 things to do in the next 4 weeks. Consider this a short roadmap that can give you a smoother path to whatever comes next. And you can do these in any order or all at once, but find what works for you and give it a little try. The first is find your no's. Every yes has a cost. It costs time, it costs attention, it costs energy. And for most of us, energy is the resource we misbudget the most. So even if we're excited about a yes, it's going to take a lot from us. Saying no reduces cognitive load. It protects mental bandwidth. It creates space that nothing else is magically going to give you. You're not declining the person. You are protecting the plan. So a few reminders as you look to find some no's. Saying no is not a rejection. It is a boundary with a budget. You do not need a reason to decline. You only need a decision to do so. And you are absolutely allowed to already have plans with yourself. So when invitations or requests come in that are a no for you, try a line like, "Thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm not available that day. Hope you have fun." Nobody needs to know why you're not available. The power is simply in the clarity of your response. Number 2, find your +1 or 2 or 3. Because so many of us have been trained to carry our own water, it doesn't mean that we have to carry the entire bucket alone. And support can be found in a lot of different places. Sometimes it is a person or people. Sometimes it is technology, including a friendly AI pal. Sometimes it's automating that thing that always drains you, or sometimes it's outsourcing the task that just keeps repeating. If something has been sitting on your list for more than 2 cycles, you do not need more discipline, you need more help. Let this next month be about seeing where others have capacity or talent that you can draw on. And support does not mean surrender. You still steer the ship of your life. You just invite a little helpers along for the ride. Number 3 is clear the carryovers. Most of us have tasks and reminders that follow us from week to week without ever getting done. That inbox cleanup we need to do, the folders we need to create, the appointment we keep postponing to schedule, the thing you actually need to return. And these carryovers create low-grade but consistent friction. They drain our focus. They take up working memory even when we're doing something else. It's like a slow radio in the background. The brain holds on to unfinished tasks much more tightly than completed ones because it is still trying to close the loop. Your brain just wants to do its job, and it's not going to let you alone. So take a look at the fringes around and pick 3 things that you've been dragging forward. Then either do them, delegate them, or decide to drop them intentionally. Completion is not always the goal. Closure is. Number 4 is find your yeses. After the no's, the support, and the cleared space, this is an important step. Identify the things you actually want. The yes things that energize you, reset you, and bring passion and play forward. A well-placed yes can refill what a dozen no's helped protect. And this doesn't have to be dramatic. It could simply be having time to finally be with somebody who lifts you up, or an activity that really grounds you, a plan that brings joy instead of obligation. When you look at your calendar or your list, see if you are getting excited or fatigued. Those are very helpful yes-no signals. We don't always have the choice in some situations, but we do in a lot more places than we think. Because when everything becomes an obligation, joy doesn't stand a chance. Finding the yeses bring pieces of you back into the priority zone. Because the world is not going to slow itself down. Balance isn't just going to show up one day. But it will emerge when you make space for it. These 4 steps aren't about doing more. They're about reclaiming the mental space that will help you think clearly, breathe a little deeper, and respond with more intention. Lightness builds itself in the spaces that you have created. And you don't need to wait for a new year or a new month to begin. You can start today. Pick one, pick more, But start with a choice. And that one choice can change the shape of everything that comes next and a little bit of you that comes forward. It's a fantastic way to make sure that you take care of you today and in the days ahead.
Thanks for listening. You can find a lot more like this by following me on LinkedIn or going to unlockthebrain.com and joining the mailing list. And if you found value in this podcast, please take a moment to rate or comment. Thanks so much. And now let's go do fewer things better.